In stage one, we talked about the demand process. In stage two, we're starting out with a project. Because the project is marked as PAL required, the project manager is going to apply an automated template that sets up a process for us to follow along with. By setting that template in motion, he's going to actually move it to work in progress. It's going to start a solicitation builder project. That solicitation builder project is handed off to Jay. He's going to manage that RFI creation process. From there, he's going to go ahead and publish the RFI. From those responses, we're going to talk about a review. And after the review, we're going to see what it looks like when it's all signed off and how that's reflected back in the task that originated from ServiceNow. So bidirectional integration is going to happen. ServiceNow starts the solicitation builder project. The project in Solicitation Builder is going to update the ServiceNow request that started it. For our demo, we logged in as Paul Martin, the IT project manager. You want to go to the project workspace. This is where project managers work on all of their projects. In stage one, we processed the demand, and that demand on approval created the project for electronic health records. In stage one, we indicated in the demand that it was a PAL required project. As Paul Martin, the project manager coming in, they can see that it's PAL required. What he can do is he can apply a template. And the template in this case that Paul Martin would want to follow is going to be our PAL template. You could apply the PAL template, and once he says okay, it's going to go ahead and build out a lot of the pieces of the template that he can follow going forward. Now that the template's been applied, I can go to my planning tab, and you can see that all of my stages have been predefined. The project's in a pending state, but what we're saying here is there's solicitation builder projects that need to happen. So one for market research is a solicitation builder project. For the RFI that's required, the solicitation builder project. Two things need to happen in order to get these started. First, I need to come in and I need to assign the person that's going to run the solicitation. Our procurement official is going to be Jay Knapp. But once I pick Jay, he's now assigned to do that step, produce our RFI and take it through the process for us. But what we have to do now is start this off to work in progress. When I set that to work in progress, it's going to go ahead and create a solicitation builder project for Jay and assign it to him. It's all automated right out of here once this project goes to work in progress. Let's take a look now at the RFI process in Solicitation Builder.
We're going to go out to the market and see what else is out there. So Pipeline Manager allows you to track all your RFIs. So here in this case, let's go into the electronic health record system that we have here. The first thing that we're doing is really drafting this problem statement to the market. As you can see, this problem statement is very unique in the way we're creating our market analysis. We're describing the challenge that we're putting out there in the market, and this serves as a nice tagline to get the vendors to get a good understanding of what we're looking at acquiring. We give you the opportunity then to also put down the background. So here is an opportunity to put together, this is your current state. We can also put in some of the challenges that we have in our current state. We can also put in what the future state should look like. What is really exciting about this is we can also put a high-level requirements. Now, we're not doing mid-level requirements or detailed requirements, but we give vendors an opportunity to understand the high-level requirements, whether it's about it integrating into an existing system. We also want collaborative effort with our vendors to tell us maybe we've missed something. This is a great opportunity for them to give us the feedback very quickly on what's out there in the market and what some of the requirements with some of the other agencies that they're working with that we should include as part of our package once we determine what procurement path it should take. Here you can then at the end review your problem statement. As you can see here, we've got our problem statement, we've got our background with the current environment, we can put our future environment. We can also then look at these high-level requirements. We can also put in the dates that we're going to be putting this out. There could be a Q&A component to it as well. And we give you a unique URL so you can actually host this on your site. Now, if you have something like Cali Procure, you like to directly email vendors, we can also give you that opportunity. Once we've put together the challenge statement, we then actually go out there and build the vendor submission form. Here you can see we have a submission form. We can create these templates for future RFIs, have the questions that you want to ask the vendor on how they're going to solve that problem statement. What's great about this is that you can also put these word limits so people are not giving you a novella, and you can have as many of these questions as you want depending on how many items you want to add in. On the flip side, once we've put a challenge statement together, we've put the form for the vendor to fill in. Now you can see how the vendor will respond to that RFI. They're able to invite their colleagues, they're able to work on this collaboratively, they can actually fill in all these boxes. We also give you the opportunity and the vendors the opportunity to save a draft. So they can come back to this at a later stage. So again, they're working very collaboratively in putting together a submission for that RFI. And it's simple then, once they're done, they can submit and complete. Once that vendor has submitted the RFI, business folks and the procurement officials from the agency putting out this market research, they can come in now and they can start reviewing the actual application. So here's an example of an application. You can see in this case, it was one application contributor. We also give you the ability to print this out as a PDF. So if you want to circulate this as a PDF, we could do that. If you want it as a .csv file, we can also do that. If you need it for public record requests, you have the ability to pull all this data down. And here you can see everything is in one place. And now we are actually done with that market research. We can have as many as we want.
At the beginning of our exercise, we assigned 2 solicitation builder projects. We set them to work in progress. The important thing to observe now that we're back into the project is that both of these are closed complete and they both have an end date that would be updated. So we have all of that is done without anything happening inside the task that's set inside ServiceNow itself. It's all updated by all the work that happens inside the solicitation builder. Once we come back, the stage is not complete yet because we haven't set the stage gates. We have a stage gate for stage approval that comes in after these are closed complete. This stage gate will open. When the stage gate opens, we'll go and we'll look at this specific task. What the project manager can do at this point is ask for gate approval. It's a special task. This is a stage gate task and the status is currently pending. What I can do now, if I'm ready to move it to approval, I can say gate approval. And this will change the status of our gate and it'll move it to a work in progress. What I did here, I left this manually just so I can show it, but we can automate this step as well. If I go back in and edit, due to the group that was selected, you would have a set of approvers for each of these different stage gates. So it could actually be a hard-coded group or it could be dependent on the project, the department it came from, or the portfolio it belonged to. These approvers would be picked on the bottom. Now what happens here, if these are requested, and once I click gate approval, it could have requested these. But once I set these to requested, the users are going to get a notification. ServiceNow is multi-channel. So you can get a request to your Teams, Slack, an SMS message to your phone, or you can use the Employee Service Center. If I go to the Employee Service Center, you'll have it on the to-dos. And what the to-dos let you do, or this is where an email would guide you as well, is I can go ahead and either approve or reject this. So I would say approved, and I could also review the project from here if I wanted to. This way I would go in, I would see what they're approving, I'd be able to check on the documentation and go ahead and click on approve. Once this is approved, this will move our stage gate, and I have it set to a rule right now where any one of the approvers approves. Then what that'll do inside of the project itself, it'll go ahead and set that stage to approve for us and allow us to move into stage 3. The last thing we want to take a look at are these tasks that Solicitation Builder was updating. Besides updating the status and the start and end dates inside of the individual tasks, if I go to edit, I can see some additional information on what was attached to the actual project as an artifact. So you can see here, this is a deliverable, the task type, and the deliverable says that I'm a document type. And what we're able to do here is link to the documents that were produced as a result of the Solicitation Builder project, or you can link to the Solicitation Builder project itself where those artifacts are preserved. So what's nice here is we're gathering a head of steam with this project where things are attaching to it and everything is centralized. That's the real goal of this, is to be able to look in the end and see all those pieces that were accumulated along the journey.